Hello friends and hello student. My name is Ashok Sijala. In this session, we learn the swap even position number to odd position and odd position number to even position in one-dimensional array in C language. So yes, first I share my laptop screen and here fix the position so you can watch better way my video lecture. And here Turbo C++ is there. I just double select and can process and now yes is open. So here Alt F file menu and taking new file, and here always I write a program, means definition of our program, write a program to enter, just first enter 1D one dimensional array, that is meaning, and swap even position number to odd position number and vice versa. What is a vice versa? Means odd to even and even to odd. Even number position to odd position number and odd position number to even position number. That is known as a vice versa. Means reverse in. Okay. So yes, what is a this definition? You can I think not know what is a. So swap, that logic main use swap word is anywhere that there are three statement is always in the logic. So yes, first we can understand the example. So then and then you can understand. So here I give like x of 0, yes, x of then x of 1, that is the index. So s of 1 to third element, and x of 3, and here x of 4. So 5 element we have to consider. So here I enter like 1, yes, then 2, then here 3, and here 4, and here is a 5. So that swap. So 2 come to here and 1 go to here. Why? Because even odd. So here is a first, our position is a, that index you have to not consider here position. So first position, that index we have to already, in array is always start index 0, but here we can taking the even odd position. So that is a odd position and that is a even position. So we can exchange these two elements. Okay, that index is not exchange but element is swap. That is a meaning of this definition. Swap even position number. Okay, numbers, yes, because so many number we can shift, and odd position number. Okay, and vice versa. So odd to even and even to odd, that is known as a meaning of vice versa. Okay. So sometimes some student not getting what is a vice versa word. So and here what to do, here is a 4 to coming, and here 3 and 5 is the same, because that our array is a itself is a taking the number as a we can say that odd 5, because we can fix the 5. If here we can take like other, I just give the example, here we can take 5, so that is a even number, that size of array, yes. And then here I provide like 6, so also swapping, like here that go to 6 and here go to 5. So all are interchanged. So even to odd and odd to even, I think you have to understand better now. So that is a, we can, that type of logic we have to develop. So how to develop, very important question to this session. So here even odd number we have to take. So position index we have to not change, but element we can, even to odd we can change, interchange. So here 1 and 2, so 2 and 1, here 3 and 4, so interchange. So only you can look that our loop is a 1 time, 2 time and 3 time, if 6 element we have to enter. So that is a half, we can say that, like in my reverse of 1D array, that time I divide by n divide by 2, because we can only 2 time loop is repeat, so all our element is swapping. So that time I swap all 1D array, that position I cannot swap, but element I can swap in reverse order. So that is a reverse 1D array, and that definition is a totally some difference, but logic is a swap. You have already used swap logic. So I think that is a better example for you. So here I remaining as it is example for reference. So that is our goal of this session. So even position to odd and odd position to even. Here we can consider the position, not the index. Index is the same as it is remaining. So now I can start to develop the logic, and here we can already done some paperwork. So that logic we have to apply. Okay, and here I first my goal. So here we can take for static our first example. So x of 5. Then we can take one n variable, and that is also static. Okay. So here my always turn. So yes, we can first my technique I use always in my all lecture. So here, what is a input? Yes, so our 1D array is a input, and what is a process? So that is a logic, and what is a output? To divide and conquer in any definition of C programming, three part. So enter 1D array is our input, swap even odd position of number is our process, and then swap that array we have to print, that is our output. So then and then we can apply to our logic perfect way. Okay. So here I give the suitable message, enter 1D array, this array elements. Okay, and that slash n, and one dimensional will take one for loop, and index start with always 0, and position start with always 1. So that is a distinct. So here I plus plus, and then here we can scan the index, also print the scanning time. So that is my technique always in all my one dimensional array programming. So here I also print. So we can entry time, we can get the idea which element store in which index. Okay. So here x of I, yes. So that is our scanning complete. So I always copy because we cannot waste our time, because that is a same process. So I just remove this entry because we have to already enter, but now turn to print. So 1D array element R. Okay. And then I remove this brace because that not require only one statement in this for loop, and I remove yes comma operator and percentage d again. So one for I, that percentage d, that print the I, and that is a value. Okay, so we can some paste. So that look in, I save this file. So 1D array element, and that is a swap, some swap logic, or we can say that even odd, but here we can swap. Yes, so and that 8 character yes dot c. Okay, so yes, that already file, so I replace that file. Okay, and I remove this brace, yes, that not require, and I here provide the get ch. Okay, so now I remove this, some blank is there, and now compile. Yes, any first let us any semicolon or any other remaining, no, and we cannot give I equal to 0, I less than 5. Sometime what happen, we can give like triangle, pyramid, all program we can done. So I less than or equal to we have to provide by mistakenly. So here we can check. Yes, so let us one, I give the sequence. So that is a printing only, and that is a horizontal print I first time. So get the idea. And if you not like this index in printing time, so very simple, you can just remove. So very simple way I remove this, yes, and one blank, yes. So that is print without index, and also I remove this. That so you can print in this simple way, I think, yes. Yes, so 1 to 5, simple without index. You can also print. And also you can scan time if you not like to this index or remove this printf. So we cannot identify, like give the comment line. So what happened? Yes, so we cannot get idea. Yes, 1D array element, but what, how many, that is not get idea. So we can just enter a sequence how many type loop is repetition. So that is a not look for one dimensional array. Okay, you can look the perfect way, then you can print always index in your one dimensional array, then and then get the idea how elements store in which index. So here we can also print with index and with scanning. So here I provide again to our first, and here I provide the slash n. So vertical print, yes, that benefit for vertical. So yes, first we can perfectly our input and output, and then we can develop our logic. Yes, yes, remaining one percentage D is required. So here I instead not taking percentage D. So that is all are blank. We have to not provide percentage D, then not any big. Yes, so that is perfectly scanning and printing, and then we can develop to our logic. Now we can start to our logic, and we can take here in between, that is our input, and then here output. So in between we can take some logic. So I equal to 0, yes, then I less than, uh, and here our array size is a, we can say that that is a um, odd size. 5 is a odd, because that odd, even odd number you have to know very well. So here what to do, here we can take the -1 and -1, but after here I directly give the 4. After the we can develop our logic, and I not, here we can look, here we can only I just remove this first time, this because we have to take only 5 first, then we can give the 6 element. So what to do, here to here exchange and here exchange, this element not exchange. Okay, but here I already give examples. So here 5 is remaining 5, because that even odd, but here is a not that member is there. Okay, so only 2 time loop is repeated, that is my goal. So even that the position is 1, that is a odd, and here even, so that interchange. So 1 time loop repeat, and then here is a odd, and that is even, that is exchange. So 2 time loop repeat, that is the same as, that is not that member is considered to here. So what we can do, so here we can directly jump to our loop I equal to I plus 2. So you can know in our series program, even and odd series, so that type of we can directly. And here one short technique is there, I in one statement 2 time I variable is repeat. So here I give the plus, just plus equal to, so here remove this all 2 time. Yes, so that is I think no very well. So that is a full form I write for comment I equal to I plus 2, that is a full form. Okay, so here not require semicolon, because that is a in for loop. Okay, now that is a one variable we can take, and that is a swap. We can take always temp variable in every swapping, like 2 integer my swapping program is there without third variable swapping, 1D array in reverse order, that is I use also swap logic, and here fourth time I use the swap logic. So here even odd position we have to swap. So first we can take to our x of I to free, means temp variable, and then we can take x of I to our next index. So then and then that is a taking to our x of I is a first position. First position start with 1. So 1 to replace to our 2 means odd, even position, even odd. So here I plus 1 in bracket, that is a possibility, though there is no any error. So we can take our one position to give to assign to second position element, and then second position, our first position element is a 10, so we can assign to this. So that is a complete, I think very simple logic we have to develop. So yes, let us check how it's swap or not. Yes, I think you can understand. So what to do, temp variable you have to take, and x of I that first I is 0, but that position is 1. So one position we can assign the temp value, and temp then x of I is 3 means temp value assigned, so that is 4, and x plus 1, so 0 plus 1, so that is a second means even position. So even position we can assign to our odd position element, and odd position assigned to temp, that is a even odd. So that is a, I think perfectly work. Let us check. So yes, compile no error, and let us I give same sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So look, 1 and 2 interchange, and 3 and 4 interchange, but 5 is remaining same, because that not members at all. So even odd, yes, so perfectly simple, very easy. And how we can take the even and odd both in one, or that program. So here that is our goal, because even to odd and odd to even, that is vice versa. And here now we can take, like I give again here 5, and that is a here I 6, and here our, and here 6 is there, and here is a 5, that is our output. So how we can take this type of, so here we can take initially big size, that is our technique, like give 50 or 20 depend upon your requirement. So 20 is I think sufficient, but we can give the 50, there is no problem. And here we can scan to our n variable, that is we can develop to our logic. So enter 1D array size, okay, and then we can scan also in tracing. So then and then you can understand what only 2 time or 3 time loop is repeated. So very simple watch we have to also consider. And here n variable size, so here now we can choose even or odd position number. So here we cannot take static, okay. So n, yes. And let us check first, I other some logic is developed. So what, when we even and odd, that time we can minus 1, because and here I give like 5, that time I directly give here 4. So now I can give n. So what to do? So here we can take one if else condition, and here I take one length variable. So perfectly our last length means that our logic length. Yes, so here I'm not taking the n, but the length. Yes, and then length we can decide how. So one take if condition, if n modulo equal to 0. So our length assigned to n, that is a n only, because that number is a or even number. Yes, even number. So that time not minus 1. But as part we can length is a, if like is a odd number. So what to do? N, yes, length equal to n minus 1. So here now we cannot minus 1 and in ourselves. That is a decide by this if else condition. If user enter 5, so already that as part go and n minus 1. So automatically is here is a 4 only. And if here is a enter the 6, if user n is size of array 6, so that is directly length is n, remaining not minus 1. So that is our simple if else condition decide to controlling element of this length. So that is I give the length, or you can also size that type of. So yes, I think that is very perfectly we have to develop. So yes, let us check. I give the like 6 element. So that is length equal to n, same as it is. Yes, let us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let us, yes, 1 and 2 exchange, 3, 4 exchange, and 5, 6 is exchange. And you can give as previously. So we cannot manually minus 1. We can take one logic. So here I give like 5. So as previously. Yes, 5 remaining same, and 1 and 2 change, 3 and 4 swap. So yes, we can trace our logic. So what is here? So like control F8, here we can start our logic, okay? And directly control F8. So we can first start to a 6-digit element, and same 1, 2, because that is no, and any element you have to, that position is shifting, you want to odd and odd to odd. Element is you can enter any, but here we can simplicity, we can only 1 digit enter the number. Okay, and then I alter W and taking the watch window. Yes, here is there, and alter W, that output window is here. And here first our main screen takes some size is decrease, and here we can set our element, and that is a required to first we can scan n. Yes, so n, then length, yes, length is perfectly our requirement, and then x of I, yes, and then x of I plus 1, that is our even odd element, that is also possible. And I think there is I, yes, let us check I also, and temp, yes, last is remaining temp. So all are well. So let us stress our logic. So here we can enter the 6. So here module operator, that is reminder is 0. So length, yes, here is a some garbage value, but now I press F7. So that is a assigned to Yes, I press F7 and now I press again. So length here is garbage. Now what to do? 6 is assigned. Yes, length is 6. And that is our logic now start. So I equal to 0, I less than length and I plus equal to 2. So I plus directly jump in 2. So here we can swap. Yes, temp is a some garbage value, but now x of I. So x of position I is a 0. So that element is here. I just above in this. Yes, here is there. So yes, not here. Yes. So all element we can display at a time. So first is a 1 that element. So yes, that take in temp. Yes, temp is assigned 1 and x I plus 1, that is our second element, in go in the x of I. 0 means the first position. That means first is a odd position and even number is to assign I plus 1. So 1 and 2 is exchange. Yes, so that is a store in x of 0 and 2 element. Yes, and temp to assign to our 1 element, that is a first position. But I plus 1, so that is a we can say the even position. So first loop is repeat and directly I plus 2. So directly that is 2, 0 and 1. That means 1 position and 2 positions exchange. Now third position and fourth position. I can give the position, not index. So index is a minus 1 position. Okay. So here 3 and 4 swap because look in the our watch window. X of I 3 and x I plus 1, that is 4, that temp store to x of I, that is 3 store. Yes, 3 store, and then 4 is I plus 1, that is store in the our third position. Yes, so 4 is swept and now temp assigned to 3, that is our we can say that even and odd position. Yes, so swapping. Yes, that is exchange and now 5 plus 6. So here I plus equal to I 2. So then and then we can that 2 position exchange, that 2 position exchange. Now turn only 3 time loop is repeat because we have to I equal to I plus 1 and length we have to find to here. If even number, so directly n, and odd number, so n minus 1. So that time loop is repetition because in odd number we cannot take one element as it is because that member is not coming even odd position. So that member is okay. So I think now you can understand. Next 5 and 6 is swap. Yes, so temp assigned to x of I and x of I is 5. So temp now 5. Yes, 5 and I plus 1. So that is a our I is a 4 but 5. So that index is 6 element. So that assigned to x. Yes, here that x taking a 6 taking the position of our, we can say that odd position, and now that 5 element come to the even position. So that 6 now is taking to temp 5 store in x I plus 1. So now all are perfectly, and now that is printed. Yes, one by one all are element swap means exchange. Yes, that is a 2 1 4 3 6 5. Yes, so I think perfectly. So even odd, that is a we can change the position of, and now that is I simplicity give the sequence of element. You can give any element. I give like now we can enter 5, but not sequence. I give any element. Yes, so that is a position swapping. Yes, but here I not start yes that start our tracing. I first stop and go that red line and control F and then again run because that again start the watch. So that is remaining. So now perfect. I give randomly element. So element is a any not that depend element, but that position is swapping like 9 and 3. Both are is a odd number, but that position is a even odd. That number not depend what is a even and odd. Like in 9 and 3 both are odd, but that position is changed. 9 is previously one position, so that is a odd, and 3 is a even position. 3 3 is a odd number, so I think you have to understand. Okay, so that is 9 and 3 swap. 2 and 6, that is a both are even number, but that position is even odd, so that is exchange, and 8 is remaining as it is for the last because that is a not member anywhere because we can provide the 5, and that is our important logic. simple if else condition. We can decide to our length of this main logic loop. Okay. So yes, I perfectly developed to even odd position swapping the 1D array element. Swap the position, not the number. Number we can swap, but that number even or odd we cannot decide. That position even odd we can swap. Yes, that is my saying. So I think you can understand. So now write this program to your note in C programming if you prepare. Okay. So very simple and very interesting, simple logic. Here our input, we can say that, and here our logic part, yes, divide and conquer, and last to our printing, even odd, that position, not element. Element is any you can scan. There is no hurdles to this logic. Okay, so perfect. Write a program to enter 1D array element and swap even position number to odd position number and vice versa, means in reverse case. Okay, okay, so now I close this file, alter F3 function key, yes, and close this our output, watch and quit. So subscribe my channel Ashok Sijala Academy. Press the bell icon to never miss any update. Thanks for your watching, supporting, and sharing my video lecture. And Hare Krishna.